Hey fam, I am here. Sorry that I'm a little bit late today, but we made it. Welcome back to Bravo and Blaze, the podcast and live stream where we break down the biggest Bravo moments of the week with a little pop culture and cannabis commentary, because why not? Yeah, we're live streaming. Luann. Oh my God, where is Luann? Oh my God, I forgot I moved her. Oopsies. Luann's on the lower level. I'm your host, Jenny Blaze, coming to you live and unfiltered, powered by RYZE Mushroom Coffee and Chaos. We're coming to you one day earlier than usual because we don't watch Top Chef around here. No shade towards the show, but I just can't watch because I am on an all-carb diet. So let's spark up and let's get into it. Everything we talk about here is based on publicly available information and personal opinion. This is not news. It's commentary. Be cool. Don't be all like uncool. Luann just said from the lower level. She said, "That's right, darlings." If you're watching live on YouTube, drop a comment in the chat. I'll be pulling your takes throughout the stream, but I also turned on some new beta functionality where we have your comments already showing up on the screen, not scream. I'm trying to multitask here. Look at that. We have Emily Zelko here, not paid by anyone. We have Max. What's up, everybody? Okay. Also, if you're, I already said this before, but follow at Bravo and Blaze on all socials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Jenny Blaze. Get bonus content and early access at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. Join the newsletter for updates, giveaways, and more at bravoandblaze.com. We also still have some merch, some Bravo and Blaze signature lighters. So get yours now at bravoandblaze.com. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, show some love with a 5-star review. It helps more Bravoholics find us and keeps the chaos going. Okay, let's dive into some pop culture first. I'm not going to do too much, but we all know the Diddy trial is going on, and I asked if anyone wanted me to cover Diddy. I got some yeses, but I can't cover the trial every day. So I'm thinking of just doing occasional updates like once every 2 weeks. So stay tuned because I might live stream tomorrow for the Diddy trial. And we want you to join live so you can be in on the conversation. Okay, moving on from Diddy. Not paid by anyone said the Diddy trial is so triggering. I can't. I know. It's tough. But I think if I do it like once every 2 weeks, I can just summarize instead of getting into the nitty-gritty where we're not all like sobbing together. Like that's a buzzkill. So we'll try to figure out how to do this. We'll test it out tomorrow. Until then, let's talk about Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 2. I watched it all, and it was tough because I was multitasking, but I had to watch it. I had to watch it as soon as it was available, and I still couldn't even like binge it all right away. It took me like a couple days. So I did tweet a little bit, and hopefully you're caught up to speed because Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is not something I think you all should miss. It's got hookups, it has like love triangles, it has potential lavender marriages, it has salacious things too, like the fact that Michaela's husband got her pregnant when she was 16. What else? There's also a lot going on off the screen. Well, I guess it's still on the screen. It's on social media. But the ladies talk a lot and they interact with each other on social media and on other people's posts, and they give us more information. We'll get to it, but I thought that I was kind of like, after I binged season 2 and I heard some things on social media, I was kind of like taken aback. I don't know if I love that. I kind of like some of it, but we might need to reel it back on the social media part if we're going to be focusing on the show because it's a lot of moving pieces and I don't think we are quite there. We're not equipped to handle all of it yet. I mean, we could, but it's a lot of work to keep up. So I'll try my best here. And this is not a Bravo, or this is not a Secret Lives of Mormon Wives show. So we're just going to briefly go through. First, Macy, she may be one of my favorites. She was hosting the Celebrity Pickleball Tournament in Arizona, which turned into a whole cast trip with the girls. The first thing I thought of, like, I got triggered when I heard pickleball. I was like, please don't let Randall Ives Emmett be there because we do not need any of that. Can you imagine? It kind of like makes sense in a way because Lauren from Utah dated Randall. Can you imagine if he started like interacting with them and we had a Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Vanderpump Villa type of crossover? Oh my God, awful. No, I shouldn't even say that. Let's not put that into the universe. Also, I love watching these shows about Mormons because I've never met a Mormon. I don't know anything about Mormon culture. So this is my first look into it. And when they say things like CTR, I have no idea what they're talking about. But apparently it means for Mormons, it's like it stands for choose the right. And I could not think of a more culty sounding catchphrase. Choose the right. Oh my God. When I hear CTR, I think of click-through rate. So that was new. I wonder if anyone gets like tattoos of CTR. How far do the Mormons go with this slogan? What do they use it for? Is it only for decorating bread? Because that's the only way we saw it so far. Or was there like a ring that had CTR? Did someone have a ring? I don't know. We need to know more about that. Also, poor Jen. Actually, I don't know based on the information that I've seen on social media, but just based off the show, it's not looking good for Jen Affleck. Her husband, what's this guy's name again? It's not Ben. Zach Affleck. He quit medical school to be with Jen. He is crawling back because, and in my mind, I'm thinking, if Jen leaves, she's the breadwinner and she's supporting him through medical school and taking care of the kids, and she leaves, he's screwed. He is screwed financially. And how would he even be able to like take care of his kids or see them really? How do you do that? Anyways, he clearly knows this. So he comes crawling back to Jen. And I think that's part of why Jen has been so sick. But then turns out Jen is pregnant. As we all know, she's currently pregnant. And I just, I feel like these type of tragic situations happen too often in these kind of environments. I don't know. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm Mormon ignorant. Let's see. Fuzzy Puff said, did he quit to go back or did he quit because he couldn't hack it? Yeah, exactly. I think it's because he wanted, well, I don't think he could hack it. And so he knew he had no other choice. Max said Zach's parents are also problematic too, 100%. Don't forget they were talking smack about Jen after season 1 on social media. But this is what I heard recently. And I don't know if it was like one of the secret Lives of Mormon Wives women on a podcast or on their own social media. I actually don't really remember, but oh, maybe, you know what? It was when I was driving to the city and I was listening to She Speaks by Emily Hanks. She said, I don't know where she got this information from, but she said that Zach actually was contributing financially, which is not what was portrayed to us. And that kind of changes a lot of things. Because if Zach was contributing while he was in medical school, apparently he was like flipping houses or something like that and brought in a good amount of money. So if that's the case, then we are being very misled by Miss Jen Affleck. And I don't want to believe that, but we'll see. We'll see. Taylor cracks me up. She's obviously our main character, and I just feel so bad for her. Her own parents are basically against her when it comes to her fighting with Dakota, and her having to justify herself or rationalize for them why he did something wrong to her. And they're like, yeah, but you still slept with him. Like, it was bad. It was bad. But what I love about Taylor is that when she goes to the Country Music Awards, she posts about it on TikTok, and nobody from MomTok comments on her posts. Oh boy, there will be hell to pay. Taylor does not like that. And when Taylor does not like something, she will let us know. Did she overreact? Probably. And I think the other ladies were probably well within their right to think so, but I don't know. MomTok is a different culture. We are foreigners. We don't know what is part of their norms. And apparently, commenting on each other's posts is a norm. And if you don't do that, then you better answer to Taylor. Wait, let me see. Emily said, saw a clip of Layla and Macy on Vile Files saying Taylor didn't show up to that interview because of Dakota problems. I felt so bad for her. She's still dealing with Dakota. Love her so much. Oh my God. What is wrong with Dakota? He is a grown man with a child, and he said with a straight face, he goes, yeah, we were dry humping. Like, as if that was like, I just don't understand how Dakota thinks that the way he's speaking about hooking up with this other woman is okay. And what grown person even says dry humping? So weird. Oh gosh. Well, what I realized about 7 episodes deep, I was like, this is essentially a cult within the cult. MomTok is the cult within the higher cult of Mormonism. And it's very fascinating. Also, I don't want to like spoil anything, but I think everyone knows this. Marciano was still in contact with the MomTok ladies after Vanderpump Villa. He shows up on the finale and he drops some bombs. And I don't know why we don't have a reunion, because there's a lot that needs to be discussed. Max said Marciano is Jax 2.0. I totally agree. He is crazy rotisserie chicken Jax Taylor. Fuzzy Puff said, what's with all the ketamine usage? Yeah, I love how they can't have coffee, but they will do ketamine on camera. It's interesting. Emily said, Marciano is thirsty. Looks like mini Jack's wannabe, for real. Also, I don't believe Marciano. I don't think he tells the truth. Similar to Jax Taylor. So take what he says with a grain of salt. Should I say what he said at the end? He essentially said that him and Demi slept together. And that's not what she's saying. So that's interesting. Also, I saw this on Instagram on Secret Lives Mormon Wives, the account. It says Jessie calls out Demi and Brett after they disrespected her in a recent interview. Just Jessie commented on this post and said, maybe not this post, on a different post. A 47-year-old washed up loser who can't hold a job and asked my husband and I for 10 grand just a few months ago so he could pay his bills. Excuse me? Come again, Jessie? Interesting. This is all interesting information. And I don't know if I like that they just dropped the whole season at once, because I kind of feel like we need to watch this show week to week. There's too much going on. Wait, Emily said, Brett was so mean about her hair salon / talent on that podcast. Oh, I didn't listen. But one thing I do know, I did know this before season 2, Brett, Demi's husband, used to be married to Angie Harrington, who was on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I don't know who this other woman is on this picture. I got this picture from Reality Ops on Instagram. But apparently he's linked to 3 reality TV women. I find that to be kind of bizarre. A very strange coincidence. Also, rumor has it, allegedly, Brett first met Demi when she was only 9 years old. I don't want to talk about this. And I really liked Demi last season. Okay, so I have 2 videos that I'm going to show. The first one is ET, Entertainment Tonight. The ladies did an interview.
A major Hulu crossover with Vanderpump Villa. Demi, can you set the record straight on that? I mean, what happened with you and Marciano?
Nothing happened on my end.
Okay.
That's all I'll say on that for now, because it has become a serious and like online matter and legal at this point. But nothing on my end. But he was definitely interested in me, for sure.
And Jen, your reaction to that?
Well, apparently I have a cease and desist against me, so I'm not able to talk about it.
Pull it up.
Okay, well.
Also, really is a thing.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to see the cease and desist that was served.
Okay,
Pull it up.
Everyone knows everyone knows that you tried to get
Pull
a
it
cease and
up.
desist.
If I sent one to you, you'd have proof.
Okay,
so
well, I have many people to back me up on that.
Oh, pull it up. It's not hard. If it's in your email or text, pull it up.
Okay, but that was mentioned to me.
Mentioned or you got served?
I will talk about Vanderpump Villa.
Mentioned or you got served?
I will talk about it right now.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, sounds like you can't. Yeah, it sounds like you can't.
Okay.
Bluff.
Is there anything you want to say?
Let's just say there's a reason why she tried to shut me up about it. There's a reason why she's played chess all season 2, as she knew that I'd talk about it, and so she's trying to make it very clear to the whole world that I'm some liar, but clearly she's the one lying. And I had the receipts.
Your husband called you a liar.
Oh, but you just wait and see.
Your husband called you a liar.
We pull up the receipts. You just wait for future seasons. That's all I have to say.
Ooh, Jen is from the hood. Jenny from the block. I got this video from Bravo Brie on Instagram. This is exactly why we need a reunion. That was a lot. Cease and desist. Was Jen even on Vanderpump Villa? I don't remember her being there. Am I like totally blanking? Does anyone in the comments remember? Oh my gosh. Adulting by Default said, I don't know what ISTG, but Demi is giving Sutton and name it the way she reacts. Oh, yeah. She's like, show me, show it. Let's see it. She was very on top of that. So there's definitely more to this story. Okay, there's another Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. This is Layla and Macy, I believe, on the Vile Files. And I got this from...
Out.
Yeah.
We can.
This is from Reality Ops. And the caption on this clip says, this is pretty big. We find out that there were texts between Demi and Marciano and that Jordan tried to present it to Brett. Jordan is Macy's husband, right? Oh, STG, I swear to God. Sorry about that. Okay, let's listen.
Watch it.
Yes.
I have been told there's a lot that didn't make
Yeah.
the cutting room floor, so
Yeah.
to speak. When you watched it back, were you frustrated or surprised there were certain things not in it?
Definitely surprised. That conversation that Marciano and Demi had, especially, that was like a 2.5 hour long conversation that everyone in the castle that day was like, they're still talking. Like, that's interesting. We would kind of like peek in and out and they're still talking. And that conversation got very, very, very dwindled down. And then there's side conversations that they would have as well too, that where he would make little weird comments towards her and then like she wouldn't necessarily like shut them down, and like I was present for them, so like I can say that those were happening, and none of those were shown too. So I just think there's definitely a lot of moments that were not shown.
We interviewed Demi and Brett, and he seems incredibly supportive. They seemed really connected. What's your opinion of Brett? Do you think he is?
Poker face is just like completely gone.
Do you think he
I'm
is?
trying hard.
Do you think they are aligned with Demi's behavior, or do you think he is a supportive husband who's also kind of being played?
I mean, I feel like we talk about this in our friend group so much right now because we're like, we don't even know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it would be, because I feel like if you've seen some of the things that have been said between Demi and Marciano, I don't know how you can
It's
play along
weird,
with
yeah.
that, as like, I would never want to see my husband texting certain things or saying certain things and being okay with that. So like, part of me thinks like he must not know, but at the same time, I'm like, well, maybe he does, and he's just being supportive, and like they're moving on with a certain narrative to protect their marriage. I really don't know. Like, whatever they choose, that's up to them. Like, it's none of our business
Yeah.
what they're doing in their marriage. Like, and that's completely fine. I think it is confusing though, because I'm like, what's going on?
And I think at the end of the day with that situation, Jordan's try to present him things and say like, hey, like this happened, and he chose to like ignore it. So I think at the end of the day, like we can show him all these things, and if he chooses to stay, then that's up to him. Like, it's his marriage, that's his wife. If he chooses to like ignore that behavior, I would never personally, if I was married and I've seen that behavior from my spouse, but I mean, like, it's to each their own.
Do
I
you
guess.
think she will return for season 3?
Do you think she will want to? Okay, it's like, well, and I want just to clarify Nellie's
Yeah.
question. When we talked to them,
She was done.
especially Brett, and pretty much her as well, were like talking as if they were done. Jesse and Michaela don't think she is. Again, I like, contracts aside, and
Yeah.
I don't, obviously you're not allowed to say whether she is or isn't, but like, I just
Yeah.
want your opinion on whether she will want to return, regardless if she is either allowed or
Yeah.
welcomed back. Do you think she will try to return at some point?
I think I'm shocked personally that she hasn't come back already.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Okay.
like I thought her return, I think she will come back. Yes. And I thought her return honestly was going to happen sooner than this.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of shocked already that she hasn't come back yet. I just think personally, from me, I don't think I could go on with the accusations that are being made without like clearing my name. So I think at this point, like, she has to come back, I feel like.
Yeah,
But
or
I
I
don't
think
know.
if she doesn't come back like for season 3, then maybe she takes like a skip on that and then goes to season 4, because
Yeah.
I'm like, as it is, if you're not getting paid and you're being talked about probably the most. So I mean,
Yeah.
might as well come clear your name, at least I would want to.
I
you
would
know?
too, yeah.
Oh, does that mean that Demi is not filming season 3 right now? Also, I just want to clarify, Jordan is Jesse's husband. Thank you, Max, for pointing that out. I said it was Macy's husband, and that is incorrect. Let's see. Emily said, I saw a clip of Demi saying that her husband was present for every phone call and FaceTime with Marciano. What? Are they swingers too? I don't know. Maybe they're into that. Emily said, of course, Brett, Demi's husband, has been on 3 reality shows. That man will make sure he's on screen. Did Demi like officially quit MomTok or something? Wow, that's a lot. This is why I'm saying we kind of need to contain some of this, and we need to either keep it on our streaming screens or, I don't know, limit maybe the social media activity. I don't know how to handle this the right way, but some of it is getting lost because they're all over the place. But there's so much to consume. So we're going to still try to follow along. Okay, let's go back to Bravo. We have our Bravo news next, and we have a lot. Hold on, before we go, Emily said, it's weird also, why did Miranda say Taylor was out during their promo for Hulu? Did she? See, this is like the bits and pieces are all over the place. Max said just a few episodes each week. Yeah, like 2 episodes a week would be good for Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Emily said they did an ins and outs clip. I don't even know what that means. But yeah, I know a lot of other creators are covering Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Like I said, I was listening to She Speaks by Emily Hanks. So she's following along. You can go check that out. Okay, Bravo News. What is going on with Sonja Morgan? Don't touch the Morgan letters. Why is she making headlines so much lately? Let's look at them. So the first one, well, this is not in chronological order, but the one I'm going to talk about first, I saw on Bravo Snarkside, and TMZ reported that Sonja Morgan leaves restaurant in ambulance. And this is in a Florida restaurant. This is about 1 week after, and I got this from Bywig Hello Drama. There was a headline that said, hysterical Sonja Morgan blacklisted from New York City Italian hotspot after refusing to pay a $1,000 bill she thought was comped. Okay, I'm going a little bit out of order, my slides here, but let me read this. So the first thing that happened in New York, that article from Bywig Hello Drama, and page 6 says, by Monday, Morgan had paid the bill, including a tip, but we're told she's no longer welcome at the spot. We're told that she has indeed been given free meals by the restaurant in the past, and she had mistakenly assumed that that would be the case on this occasion. Morgan, 61, began on a dicey ground, booking a table for 3, but arriving amidst a busy weekend night with a party of 5. Ooh, that's bad form, Sonja. We're told the group stopped by for dinner and to pregame before hitting up her cousin Jack Morgan's 30th birthday celebration at Boom Boom. Ex-Real Housewives of New York City star Sonja Morgan caused quite the scene at NoHo hotspot Tucci on Saturday after the restaurant refused to comp her bill, we hear. She called owner Max Tucci after being handed a $1,000 check demanding a comp because, among other things, she's a single mother. What? I didn't read all this before. She was absolutely hysterical and refused to pay. It was like she was filming a Housewives episode shouting, I'm a celebrity, a source claimed to page 6. Oh my God, that is cringe. Sonja? Girl, what are you doing? Okay, let's go back to the more recent incident. So again, this is from Bravo Snarkside and TMZ. It says, Sonja Morgan was given a trespass warning last night, according to documents TMZ obtained from the Palm Beach Police Department. She refused to sign the warning, the doc shows. Sonja Morgan took an unexpected ride to the hospital last night, and we have footage of her about to be whisked away. Check it out. Our video shows the Real Housewives of New York City alum seemingly upset while loudly speaking to responding officers at Echo in Palm Beach, Florida, Thursday evening. Sources tell us she chatted with Palm Beach police officers and restaurant staff for about 15 minutes before she hopped on the stretcher and was loaded into the back of an ambulance. Ironically, we're told Sonja called the ambulance for a friend who fell. What? Oh my God. Unclear how she ended up being the one cared for. Oh my God. This does sound like an episode. The Palm Beach Police Department confirms the TMZ officers responded to a medical call along with fire personnel around 9:45 p.m. last night, and they stayed for less than an hour. Palm Beach County Fire Rescue confirms a patient was treated at the scene. TMZ reached out to Sonja's reps and the restaurant for comment. So far, no word back. Girl, what are you doing? Why is Sonja having these moments? I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to show you a video. And I said, do you know who I am? Oh my God. And end up said, imagine how she was when she actually had money. Seriously. Oh my God. I was partying with John. Okay, where is Sonja? Here we go.
Another setup. This is yours. This is another setup. You don't understand. I just had a restaurant in New York do this to me. They invited me, and then they outed me, saying I didn't pay. It's not true. I paid and I tipped.
Well, the case number of this account, so I can give you.
Okay.
That is yours. You need to be given that. Okay?
But I want you to know, you don't know it. And you know this just happened to me. That a restaurant invited me, and then in the text, I showed it to all the authorities that I was invited. And then I came here and they outed me again.
Any side of the establishment has the right to refuse.
Outed her for what?
Any protected
Which
class.
is fine.
So let's go. You have to leave, okay?
Oh, Sonja. Outed her for what? End up said, remember how she used to name drop Diddy and his yacht? Did she? I thought that was only Heather Holla Thompson, who hasn't made any comments about Diddy yet, by the way. Did Sonja party with Diddy? Maybe that's why she's spiraling. What is going on with Sonja Morgan? Get better, please. Okay. Something else that happened. I saw this on Bravo's Snark side. Denise Richards' daughters, Sammy and Lola, are fighting on social media. And I feel like I want to be like, this is ridiculous, girls. Stop it. But then when I watch the video, I'm like, oh my God, this is kind of good because I love a sister fight. A sister fight usually is more authentic, in my opinion, in regards to reality TV. So I'm going to play this video.
Posted a photo of the three of us on Mother's Day, and all the comments were saying how Lola was so nice and Lola's the perfect child. Not a single person even, I guess you guys didn't even see me in the photo. Did you guys know that Lola didn't even get my mom flowers or a card or anything for Mother's Day when my mom doesn't have a mom anymore and it's a very hard day for her? So I made the reservation. I paid for everyone's food. Lola said she was going to split the bill with me and she didn't. I got my mom 2 things of flowers, a bunch of shit from Barefoot Dreams, and a very nice candle and a card. And Lola couldn't even get her flowers. Isn't that crazy? But all the comments on that post were saying that she is so nice. Okay. And of course, her excuse, it's coming in the mail. I got you something, Mom, but it's coming in the mail. Bitch, I've been hearing that since Christmas. Sorry I didn't get you anything for Christmas, Sammy. Yeah, it's on its way. My mom posted.
I was not going to come on here and make a video, but
I love Lola, by the way.
After watching both videos that were said about me and receiving so many countless comments, I've decided to just say this. Growing up, I was always taught to never post something about someone on the internet, especially your own family. If anyone knows what it feels like to get things posted about them that should have just been kept private, it's my family, especially my mom and my dad. And so they have always raised us to keep our mouths shut and never post anything about anyone online because you never know how it can affect them. And also, you can't take that stuff back. Personally, for me, I would never ever say anything about anyone online, especially my own family, about a situation that is extremely personal and something that no one needs to know at all. Unfortunately, in this situation, everything that's going on is because of my own sister. I was not going to cover, which is just very unfortunate, but it is what it is. You all have every right to believe and think whatever you want of me. I do not feel the need to sit here and prove who I am to you guys, but since everyone thinks that I am a terrible daughter and sister and person, I did get my mom flowers and a card. These are the flowers and card that I got her.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of things to this story that you just don't know. It's very easy to make assumptions when you don't know the full story or the person, which I don't blame you. I understand the assumptions that you're making and I completely get it. But also, once again, you have no idea what actually goes on.
Ooh, Lola's mad, I think. I kind of love I feel bad saying I love this because as a mother, I don't wish any siblings to fight, but this is so petty and so silly that it doesn't feel that serious. Sammy is so funny that she even posted a video about what to begin with. That is such like older sibling behavior, I feel like. Yes, it's very Max said Kardashian sisters fight. Yes, that's what it's giving, and I love it. Like, Sammy did not need to post anything about Lola. Like, why did she do that? That's so crazy. But then Lola clapping back in the sweetest, softest voice way. Like, I feel like whenever she opens her mouth and she speaks, there should be like a halo over Lola's head. She's just so like pure and innocent. And she's even wearing her cross necklace in the video and she talks really softly. And I just feel like she's such a good girl. And it's so funny because she looks like Charlie Sheen. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so weird. And I really loved Charlie Sheen making a cameo on their show. Not paid by anyone, said she is so angelic. Angelic? Why can't I talk? Oh my gosh. Yeah. And this end up said all because the fans were complimenting Lola. That is so petty. That is so petty. Fuzzy Puff said it seems more serious than the blue tank top. I want my pink shirt back. That was like a big deal. The shirt. I love it. This is it's kind of light, right? It's not too heavy. Okay, let's move on. Saw this on So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey. Why was Craig Conover in the Sir Alley? So random. Oh my God. Can you imagine if he started dating someone from the new Vanderpump Rules cast? He loves a crossover. I saw this on Bravo by Gaze. Family Karma's Amrit Kapai and husband Nicholas are expecting their first baby. So surreal, exclusive with People. I love this so much. I love it. I love them. I'm mad that Family Karma is not filming. I'm mad that it's on pause or whatever. But I love this for Amrit and Nicholas. Congratulations. Okay, saw this on Reality Blurb. Don't forget, we have a new Housewives franchise in Rhode Island where the serial killer is. Alleged serial killer. It freaks me out every time I think of Rhode Island now. Please don't be tied to the show, please. Please don't have a crossover with true crime. Okay, anyways, this headline from Reality Blurb says Dolores Catania is rumored to be joining Real Housewives of Rhode Island amid Real Housewives of New Jersey hiatus. Report claims she is moving to Rhode Island. Huh? Why? Why is she moving to Rhode Island? I don't understand. Don't her children live in New Jersey? And she's basically like in a domestic partnership with Frank, even though he's remarried and they probably don't live together anymore. I'm pretty sure they don't live together anymore. Wait, End Up said, what is true crime? There is allegedly a serial killer along the northeast coast. Police are denying that it's a serial killer, but there are a lot of bodies being found. So I heard after seeing this post that Dolores isn't going to actually be joining the show. She's just going to be making like an appearance, but I don't know if that's true either. I don't know what's going on, but this is kind of wild, right? I mean, it makes sense if she knows this group of friends, and apparently they have like an Italian background and they actually all do know each other. So maybe, but I don't know what's going on here. We will see. Okay, I saw this on Bitcha Bravo today and I almost peed my pants. It's a video of Whitney Wild Rose from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City having dinner on a yacht with Michael Jordan. And I could not laugh any harder. Like, what is going on here? Why are they having dinner together? Oh my gosh. I wonder if Whitney was like, I met your son at BravoCon. Yeah, Marcus. That was before he broke up with Larsa. Oh my gosh. What is this world we are living in? I think that is so funny. Okay, I did mention this last week. There was a post about this on Reality Blurb. Charlie Burnett from Vanderpump Rules apparently had said that she never worked at SUR. And then Peter Madrigal, he clapped back and said, in the caption it says, Peter Madrigal is accusing Charlie Burnett of lying about not working at SUR while on Vanderpump Rules. As fans recall, she served them. Plus, her past tweet seemingly confirmed she wasn't truthful. See their post, blah, 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 in the link in the bio. I actually recorded with Peter for his new show, Reality News. And I don't know if it's out yet, but it should be out soon. He spilled all the tea. And he talks about some other updates with people on the Vanderpump Rules cast. Excuse me. So when I get that link, I'm going to share that with you all. Okay. Excuse me. Before we get into the Bravo TV lineup, I need to talk about my RYZE update. I've been drinking RYZE Mushroom Coffee every morning for the past few weeks, and I already mentioned how I noticed a difference in my gut. If you missed it, I noticed less bloating and gas almost immediately. I know, right? You wouldn't think someone like me would have gas. But here we are. Actually, my gas is way better because of RYZE, and I'm still noticing the difference as I continue on my RYZE journey. However, something else caught my attention last week. So we're in the middle to end of May, right? This is the time of year when my allergies are at an all-time high, normally. We also, in upstate New York, had a huge shift in temperature. It was in the 80s last week. It's been like 60s this week. You know, when we have those weeks during spring where it could be like very different. I also have 3 kids who are in daycare and school. So, you know, normally it wouldn't be unusual for me to get sick around this time of year. And last week, I felt something in my throat. I was like, oh no, I'm about to get sick. My throat was hurting. Immediately, I was like, this is familiar. Here we go. I'm going to be out for a couple of days or whatever. However, I never felt further symptoms of the sickness after that day. And I'm still shocked that I wasn't taken out for at least 1 or 2 days. And at the time when this was happening, I didn't even realize, or even I didn't even think of it until I was reading the packaging on last week's live stream and realized that RYZE Mushroom Coffee is supposed to assist in immune support. Now, is this scientific proof? I would not go that far. However, this is anecdotal, my experience, and I'm a believer of medicinal mushrooms and adaptogens, so I'm going to say it's from RYZE. However, I am also aware that placebo effect is very real, and I'm always wondering if that's what I'm really experiencing. Like, even when I take Tylenol, anything, I'm always like, am I making myself feel this way, or is it really working? So take what you want from that. But if you have been considering trying RYZE and want to try it out with me, go to ryzesuperfoods.com and use my code JennyBlaze15 for 15% off your order. There is a direct link in the show notes for your convenience. Okay, let's get into our weekly Bravo TV lineup. Okay, first on Sundays, we have The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 11. Let's be honest. The episode description is Portia and Shamia find themselves at a crossroads as gossip about their friendship forces them to reevaluate their bond. Angela's attempt to bring peace to her family takes an unexpected turn when she uncovers shocking new information. Drew realizes the impact of her divorce runs deeper than she thought, forcing her to face some tough truths. I am not a connoisseur on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I won't get into all the details of Portia and Shamia. I haven't been around long enough to speak to that. I have been here since the beginning of Angela because she just started this week, or not this week, this season. And I'm kind of shocked with how much we see of Angela. And I'm wondering if the amount of screen time she has is contributing to her being a fan favorite. I mean, like, her behavior and who she is and everything, I think she seems cool. There's nothing, I don't have anything against her. I just wonder, because I see a lot of people like, oh my God, Angela is the best. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm wondering if it's because she has so much screen time. Is it because she's sharing so much? Or is it because she doesn't mess around with any of the other ladies? She's like kind of gotten into it with a few people already. But I have been around since Ralph entered our lives. And I knew since day one, I just felt it in my bones. I immediately said, oh, hell no. This guy is bad, bad news. And what do you know? I was right. My witchiness is on point again. Oh, good question, Max. What is Ralph's job? Wasn't he writing a book about his son that he was supposed to adopt and then flaked out on? I'm confused, Ralph. Oh, boy. Oh, End Up said, I like how she is subtle with her bones. She's caring, but she's slick about it. I think she's referring to Angela. Not paid by anyone said, best shade, Miles on your, oh, the stretch marks around her mouth. Oh, my God. Yeah, so what is Ralph's job? Because right now, what it seems like is he's just trying to scam Drew out of everything she has or anything he can legally get his hands on, or maybe not legally. I don't know. But it's gross. I hate it. I wish we did not give him any screen time because I feel like Ralph got paid something this past season, which, if that's the case and that's his only source of income while he tries to scam Drew, I'm like fuming right now. That just gives him every reason to stay in this situation. He has no incentive whatsoever to move on. Literally, he will not move on. He's still in the basement, and he's a proud basement dweller. I'm so embarrassed for him. He even gave a tour like he was on MTV Cribs. No shame. This man has no shame. He makes me sick. I wish he would go. And I do love that the editors were shady and they kept showing a shot of the stairs going down to the basement, to Ralph's dungeon. End up said he's a grifter, total con artist. Remember how fast they got married and pregnant? I think he preyed on Drew. I believe that as well. And I think he used her son to like also manipulate her, because how can you do that? How can you say to a child that you're going to adopt them and write a book about it and then not follow through? Like, that relationship should be independent of him and Drew at that point. If you're going through all that, right? Am I crazy? I'm confused. End up said Drew had a really solid acting career when he met her. Yeah, Drew has been taking care of herself for a long time, and she has the proof to show it. What has Ralph done? Wait, what? End up said the timeline was crazy, like 5 months? Oh, yeah, he was trying to lock her down. Ugh, God, I hate him. Okay, this is bad too. So, as the show is airing, I guess, wait, 5/18? What day was that? Was that Sunday? I think this was when they were airing the show. Hold on, today's Thursday. Yeah, okay. It was during the show, and it was at 8:43 p.m. Ralph Pittman Jr. tweeted, "Mama gotta watch her mouth. Don't you remember I saved you after you spent all your husband's money and had nothing? I was your angel then. Things change fast, doesn't it?" This tells me a lot about Ralph. One, the fact that he's even tweeting is already off-putting. The second thing, going after Drew's mom when you're living in her basement and trying to take her businesses, this is some wild ass level of audacity. And then he brings up some alleged time when he saved her, and after she spent all her husband's money or something, that tells me he's keeping score. He wants his investment back. I think he sees whatever he spent on Drew and her mother or family in the past, he wants that back now. And he's using the divorce to try to get all of that. He is grimy. He's a grifter. He is a lowlife, not a man. You, Ralph, not manly. Just like Luke Broderick said to Jesse Lally on the Valley. Oh God, Lally on the Valley. Oh my God. So Ralph tweeted this. I didn't know because I don't follow him. But then I saw Drew on Instagram. Drew quote tweeted. Not only did she quote tweet, but she took a screenshot and then she posted it to Instagram. She said, disrespecting my mother, especially on a public platform, is completely unacceptable. She's simply speaking from a mother's perspective based on what she witnessed. Please stop the unnecessary negativity and show some basic respect. That was at 9:24 p.m., so not much after Ralph's tweet. Like 45 minutes after. Wow. I don't even, I don't dislike Drew, but I also don't love her. I think she definitely fabricates the truth, and I think that she can be shady sometimes. I do like her. I do like when she gets into it with people. That's entertaining to me because sometimes she'll sing and they're like, oh, no, you're not singing. Like she's just, and then she brings props sometimes, which are very cringy, but I kind of like that. So I just was like, oh my God, I cannot believe this guy. And I don't usually do this. I don't think I've ever done this actually, but I couldn't sit back and watch this. I've been very clear about how I feel about Ralph since day one. So I replied to his tweet. And I put the picture of the stairs to the basement because I wanted to remind him. Don't forget who you are, grifter. And then I looked back and Ralph deleted his tweet. But not before 10,000 people saw my reply and 347 people liked it. That's like the most activity I got on a tweet. I'm just kidding. But wow. Now I kind of feel bad. Did I cross the line? I shouldn't have replied, huh? What do you guys think? N-Dub, tell me I was not wrong. N-Dub said, yeah, he's like Wendy Williams' ex-husband. Gross. Ralph is just, Did you bully Ralph? That's not bullying. I was just showing him a picture of his home, which is on the show. It's public information. Okay, let's move on to Love Hotel. Love Hotel. This show is way better than I thought it was going to be. I love it. It is so funny, and I'm looking forward to more episodes of this season, and I'm looking forward to future seasons. Like, I want more housewives coming in. I want maybe the same ones until they find love. Like, you cannot leave Love Hotel until you find love. I'm just kidding. But maybe, I don't know. And maybe we don't just have housewives. What if we have like Sierra from Summer House, or Lindsay if she's not with her child's father anymore? Yeah, I don't know. I just love this show. Let's see. Not paid by anyone said, I think Shannon is a good replacement for Sonja if they decide Crappy Lake too. Oh, I agree. I didn't even think of that till just now, and I like it. I think Sonja needs a pause, clearly. Is she panicking because of Diddy? Like, a lot of people are spiraling right now. LeBron James didn't go to the Met Gala. Just saying. And Dub fell behind. Girl, catch up. Don't watch Top Chef. Just kidding. If you like Top Chef, watch it, but it's not for me. Okay, let's see. Love Hotel. We are on season 1, episode 4, Wreck-It Ralph. The episode description is a series of adventurous dates get everyone's blood flowing. Ashley takes a plunge with Whale, but can't get her mind off of another man. After Shannon argues with Earl, she pivots to take a ride with Adam. Ooh, sounds scandalous. James and Luann's connection deepen as they zip to new heights. As a love triangle puts a decade-long friendship to the test, Giselle is pushed to reconsider her options at the Love Hotel. I said this before. Giselle is kind of like a walking dry vagina. But it's okay. That's okay. Oh, End Up said, I'd love to see some of the ex-housewives too. Oh, yes. We have quite a few of them. I just think it's funny that Giselle is liking Phil because she thinks he has money. And that's kind of what I mean by like walking dry vagina. Like she's looking for, this is not, she's not looking for love, clearly, which is fine. I'm not mad at her, but I want to see a love connection. I don't want to see Giselle try to find someone who suits her lifestyle. Like, I like that Luann picked, did she pick Ralph? I think she picked Ralph because she said he was the tallest, and that was funny to me. Here for it. So yeah, the ladies have to choose who they want to go on a date with, and I just, when Shannon was, it was her turn, I'm like, if this chick picks Earl, snooze, wet blanket Earl, I will rip my hair out. And thank God she didn't. And maybe this is the only way Shannon Bedore can date in a healthy way, because it's right in front of her. There is no way she could have picked Earl after what happened in front of everyone, right? But if it was off camera, I feel like Shannon would have picked Earl. I think that's her MO. She's like, I just really want to make it work. I had 1 ounce, 1 slight sliver of a connection with someone because he said his wife died. So I'm going to try to make it work instead of just moving on. Like Luann. Like Giselle. Giselle's like, I don't want any of you. So I kind of love that we see this with Shannon, because Shannon clearly has not had good luck in the romance department from what we've seen. So now she's forced to face her dating demons. And I love it. Oh my gosh. Yes, End Up said, with immediate feedback from her peers. I like that. Yeah, seriously. Shannon needs to do group dating. She does. Like Luann, pro. She doesn't need any wing woman. She has got this mission. Shannon, on the other hand, she needs a little backup. She needs a community in order for her to properly date, I feel like. We saw a glimpse of the men getting jealous again. And I have to say, I do love seeing the men get jealous. I feel like that is a primal, like, inherent thing that should be inside men. And like, it's kind of refreshing to see that, especially with the dating climate that we have these days, where men are expecting women to court them instead of the other way around. And Jeff said, I want to go to the Love Hotel. I do too. They should open it up. Let us in. Oh, so after another great thing about Bravo's Love Hotel, Countess Luann was live tweeting during the episode, and she liked my tweet that I love when the guys get jealous. So she must like it too. And that seems pretty on brand. High five, Luann. My unofficial cardboard cutout co-host that is put away right now. Oh my gosh. End Up said, I like Giselle on this show too. Stop it, girl. I don't hate Giselle, but like, she's just such a boner killer. That should be like her nickname. Boner crusher. Okay. This is also so hilarious, Luann. It's amazing to me to see how far we've come with Luann de Lesseps, Countess Luann. So C at Mrs. See Me on Twitter tweeted, Lou is such a thought. Love her. And if you don't know what thought is, it's that hoe over there. And Luann quote tweeted that tweet and said, I don't know what that is, darling, but I hope it's a good thing. Shrug emoji. I love it. I mean, I feel like it's a good thing for Luann in a way. I don't know. It's not good for everyone, I guess, but like, I don't think Shannon would like to be called a thought, right? End up said, I like seeing her always side-eyeing the guys. Oh my gosh. Luann she's at an advanced level of dating. Like, I need to take notes from this woman. She is very well practiced. Okay. The guy with the guitar, I mean, that was pretty spot on for Luann. Like, he scored some points there. But for me personally, that song, please stop. They're like, oh, the Love Hotel. I don't even know how that song went. It was awful. I don't want to hear it. Goodbye. Don't do that to us again. It felt like Jesse Solomon singing his stupid song. Please don't do that to us anymore. Okay. That's it for Bravo's Love Hotel. End up said, Lou owns it. She really does. I can't believe Joe Bradley told her he was 27 and a half. Oh my God. I kind of want Luann to go on the next season of Southern Hospitality. Kat said, I thought she was going to start singing with him. I thought so too. I'm like, oh my God, Lou's been waiting for a man like this to just start playing music for her to sing to. That's a match made in heaven. She probably 100%, I'm guessing, put him on the roster. Right? Don't you think she would? Okay, let's move on to Below Deck Down Under. Season 3, episode 16, Come Swell or High Water. Bree and Harry try to define their relationship. The crew picks up their last charter guests who can't keep their food down during a swelly charter. During the last beach excursion, the deck team commits their biggest error of the season. Oh, the deckies. Below deck. I love anything maritime. Why did Lisa Barlow say that? I love anything maritime. Why didn't she say, like, I love yachting? Anyways, so Laura, I'm pretty sure everyone's fed up with Laura. She is so uptight. I mean, if she stuck a piece of coal up her butt on episode 1, I feel like it might be a diamond at this point. Laura says Captain Jason never praises her. But then they cut to 3 different instances where Captain Jason directly praised Laura. And I was just laughing at that because I'm like, girl, it's on camera. What are you trying to pull here? And then Fuzzy Puff mentioned this. The erotic Jason dream was funny. Yeah, Laura is like having a breakdown, slow breakdown over this entire charter season. And she decides to end it with a wet dream of Captain Jason. Like, girl, you need to get it together. End up said Below Deck is my favorite. I am ready for Captain Carey. Next season looks good. I'm ready for it. End up said Laura is so snobby. Yes, snobby is a great word because controlling, uptight has been going around a lot, but snobby is also accurate. Thank you for saying that. Oh my gosh. And poor Brie, she does not know how to get out of this relationship with Harry. She is stuck. And this is kind of what I love about boatmances because they are stuck together. And she's like, oh no, Harry's the type of guy who stays in a hostel. She didn't know that until it was too late. And now they're exclusive and on their way to being boyfriend, girlfriend. Oh man, Brie, you gotta end it, girl. Oh, I feel like she's gonna wait till like the very last day. Or like the day they get off the boat, she's gonna tell Harry, I think we should break up. Poor girl. Don't forget, her ex fiance, she was engaged, he like owned a boat. She wasn't ready to get married. The poor guy. He's like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to treat you like a princess. She's like, I think I'm going to go be a stewardess on a yacht. He's like, I have a yacht. And she's like, nah, I'm going to keep looking. And then she finds Harry, who stays in hostels. Oh, man. The luck. End up said it's like summer camp. It really is. And it's just so, I mean, it actually kind of reminds me of my consulting days because back in the day, and this is like 2005. Oh my God, it was like 20 years ago. I was a consultant, and in those times, in that era, that meant that we were required to travel Monday through Thursday to client sites. And usually we were staffed on projects where there were a lot of consultants. And so a bunch of us would fly from our home airports and usually get to our destination around the same time. We all shared rental cars. We all would stay in the same hotels. We would all work out at the same gym. We would eat at the same places. We were in, like, there was one project where we had a war room that had no windows and 2 doors and just a bunch of us in there. And I did that for years. And it feels like it's very similar to this environment. Like, you can't get away from each other. It's just, if you get in a fight with someone, oh God, you might as well quit your job. I'm just kidding. But actually, that's what happens on Below Deck. So, yeah. Should I go back to those days? Hell no. Can you imagine? Like, I remember back then being like, this is so unnecessary. Everything we do can be done remotely. Why are they spending so much money on all of us traveling here? And now, because of COVID, they finally listened. And now we've moved on to bigger and better things like Bravo and Blaze. Wait, End Up said, did you watch What Happens Live with Harry and Nick? Nick is so cute. I love Nick. Nick reminds me of the actor from Crazy Rich Asians. He's got that, what is his accent? Is it British? He's got this like really cool accent and he's half Asian and he's like, I don't know. I just love him. He's so fun and he narrates almost everything he does. Love it. End Up said, who would you keep from this crew? I would keep Nick. because he's so cute. I would keep Marina. Seems like she does a good job. Bree seems like she does an okay job too. And so does, what's the other girl's name? She's like half deck, half stew. The one that Weon wrote that long letter to. Ugh. Gross. Anyways, yeah, but I would not pick Captain Jason as my favorite captain. I would not pick Zarina as my chef, and I definitely wouldn't pick Laura as my chief stew, which those are like the main roles we need. The bosun, the new bosun, he's not bad either. I forgot his name. Is it like Zach or something? Or Luke? I don't know. I don't remember below deck people's names that well. But yeah. Below deck. I'm kind of ready for this season to be over. It's time to move on. Okay, let's move on to the Valley. Okay, so this week I went to New York City for the Summer House finale watch party hosted by Bravo. And I'm going to talk about that after the Valley. But just so you guys know, I watched Summer House first and then the Valley. I was watching Summer House when everyone else was watching the Valley. And then I had to wait till the next day to watch the Valley because it wasn't available on Peacock until the next day. Normally, if I miss it, I'll watch it on my DVR, but I wasn't home. So that's how it went. Anyways, let's read the episode description of The Valley, Season 2, Episode 6, Behind Closed Pantry Doors. The Santa Barbara trip comes to a dramatic end as Nia fights back against Brittany, Jasmine, and Janet. Back in LA, Jesse seeks guidance as he hopes to rebound from his wine country fight with Michelle. Luke and Kristen move into a new home together as Luke secretly shops for an engagement ring. Brittany plans a girls' dinner in the hopes of smoothing things over with Nia. Okay, the first thing that I wanted to mention is how sad I am. If Nia is crying, I am going to cry. Like, so, I don't know what it is. Something, Nia and Danny, and this, I may be biased or, I don't know, impressionable based on my upbringing, because I have been seeking a good Christian my entire life. Everything that I was taught growing up in church, I want to believe that a good Christian exists because I don't know it. I haven't met one really. Like maybe a handful of real life ones, but you don't really see them on TV, right? So when Danny and Nia talked about how they met at church last season, I was like, oh, and they're just so cute and they're so sweet and they seem like such a perfect little couple and family until this season when we find out that Danny got drunk. Dark Side Danny came out and he put his hand on Jasmine's leg and said, "Get daddy a drink," which is horrifying. And then apparently he allegedly grabbed Jasmine's fiance's ass or something. That's super inappropriate, clearly. And I'm not saying they're bad Christians now or anything, but for when people identify as Christians so vocally, I feel like you have to walk the walk. You cannot just say, I'm a Christian and act all holy and act righteous and then be acting not like a Christian. And so that maybe I'm triggered. I'm triggered because I've seen so many of those people growing up my whole life and it's so disheartening. And I want to believe that there are good people out there. So this has been really sad when it comes to Nia and Danny and finding out that he did that to Jasmine and to her fiance or whatever. But also I feel for Nia and Danny simply for the fact that they have 3 kids, 3 under 3, and they have another one on the way. Like, that is stressful. Stressful. Like Emily said, no Joel Olstein. That's like that guy who's on TV, right? I don't like that. I just want a good person who's like humble and modest, and like that to me is what, like, in my head a good Christian is, but whatever, who cares. I just don't like seeing Nia cry. And Jesse screaming into the pillows, I have PTSD from Tom Sandoval emotionally ejaculating all over us all. And Lala Kent just stood there and did nothing. Blah. Oh my God, I'm still not over that. And I mean, this episode of The Valley was pretty heavy, I would say. A lot of it was them talking about Danny maybe having an alcohol problem. They dropped the word alcoholic. They're talking about substance abuse, comparing Danny to Janet's ex who had a substance abuse problem. I'll be honest, I know people don't like Janet, but like, I don't hate her as much as everyone else. And honestly, when she started making that comparison about her ex having a substance abuse problem, I was actually surprised when Nia got so upset immediately, because I was like, oh, what's happening? Because I was waiting for Janet to finish what she was going to say. And to see Nia have such a visceral reaction to Janet saying that, it tells me how sensitive Nia is about that topic and it being associated with her family in any way. And I don't think people should be calling each other alcoholics. I have interviewed a licensed substance abuse counselor before to talk about the season when James Kennedy quit alcohol and Raquel wanted him to quit weed. And I asked this licensed substance abuse counselor, should James Kennedy quit smoking weed? And what he responded with was it resonated with me. He said, only James Kennedy can answer that. And I love the answer because I think that's true. And I actually recorded with Bravo T with a stay-at-home mom today, and we were talking about this, but I think that I don't know. I don't think that other people can label someone as an alcoholic, but I think that, and I'm not sure if abusing alcohol is the same as being an alcoholic, because I think that definition is not like that specific, right? So I don't know. I could see both sides where I think it's appropriate and okay for Jasmine and her fiance to address the issue with Danny if they haven't felt like they've gotten any resolve from it already, because he did put his hands on them, and that's highly inappropriate. Janet, I don't think really has a place to say anything. She can tell Nia what she saw in the pantry, but I don't think she should go any further than that, unless it becomes a problem again. But yeah, there's a lot of comments. So let me get into it. Emily said, Kristen commented that the after show about Nia made her sick. I agree. Yeah. So after Nia, she like poured her heart out, told them about her past, which they were saying, oh, she did that on purpose. Like, I don't think Nia is that conniving and manipulative to be like, I'm going to tell them about my past. Like, maybe she just she wanted to set the tone by giving them some background of how she is by giving them the story. But they did they weaponized that against her, didn't they? Okay, let me read more comments. End up said, Janet is on my last nerve. Not paid by anyone said, them talking about Danny being drunk while drunk was like the peak of hypocrisy. Agreed. I did think that Brittany was like way overboard last episode. Like, why? You just opened up about your husband and you guys have been on TV for like a decade. Nia just got on this show last season. Why is she expected to be putting everything out there the way Brittany has in the last 5 minutes? Like, come on. Emily said, but did they do this to Brittany? Right? They didn't. They don't do stuff like that to Brittany. Not paid by anyone said, but Janet was calling Danny as being an alcoholic and having a drunk problem indirectly by talking about an act of her that was pretty nasty. She's so nasty and so rude. I can't stand Janet. Yeah. Janet needs to be careful with what she says. Emily said it's a very personal journey. Agreed. And I mentioned this on the recording today with Bravo Tea with a stay-at-home mom. I don't drink because I know that I abuse alcohol. Not every time, but like I probably will if I start. So I don't drink, but I don't know if that makes me like an alcoholic. I don't crave alcohol. I just stay away from it now because I know that like I don't get any benefits from it. I don't even like the way that it makes me feel. It makes me feel sick. And I don't like being out of control. So I don't know. Maybe I am an alcoholic. Maybe we are white trash. Just reminded me of Sonja. Okay, let's see. Wait. I missed this one. Not paid by anyone said Janet is giving all the Karen of the world around for their money. I heard Janet is the new Karen. Emily said Jasmine can address it 100%, but I don't respect talking gossip about it. Yeah, it is a very sensitive topic. Kat said Janet's ex with the issue is allegedly some bullshit she made up. Oh, didn't know that. Emily said just the supposed manipulation regarding Nia. I am reading things out of order, I think, and it's confusing me. And Deb said, I wouldn't want to go on group trips with them after that. It's like they are just looking for something. None of these group trips look appealing to me, ever. None of them. They all look like they're suffering, always. Not paid by anyone said, only person that had the right to say anything was Jasmine, end of story. Right. And I need to go back because I thought we talked about this before. So did they just never resolve it completely? And that's why Jasmine is still talking about it? Or is she just still mad? Not paid by anyone said Janet was massacred at Watch What Happens live polls, landslide style. Not paid by anyone said no. She just wanted to tell them that she comes off as having everything perfect because she chooses to see only the good things, come from a very poor background. Yeah, and I get that about Nia. Like, when you've gone through adversity and you've gone through moments of survival, you do look at things way differently after. Like, I remember telling a story. Actually, I can't tell the story. But I told somebody this story about something that happened to me in my past. And I said, that's why, like, I was still wearing my work clothes that day. And I had a run in my stocking. And I was like, that's why, like, when I see this, I used to get, like, that would ruin my entire day having a run in my stocking. Who wears stockings anyways? They were tights, okay? This was like 2010-ish, 15 years ago. Holy shit. But I told him, like, that's why, like, before that happened, I would have had a meltdown after this hole in my tights. But now I'm just like, at least it's not something way worse. So I get that. I get what Nia's talking about. And I think that annoys people. I think when people get to that space where, like, they're almost unbothered, like, unflappable, things roll off their back so easily because they know it could be worse, and that pisses people off sometimes. For the people who get mad over small things, I think. I don't know, I'm just talking. Been smoking weed. Okay. Emily said Brittany literally drove into this all the way from Kentucky and DM'd. What did she say? After knowing him for 2 months? Yikes. Not paid by anyone said exactly. She has been lying to everyone, protecting Jax for more than a decade. Yeah, so she can't be saying anything to Nia. And, like, what he did wasn't even that bad. Also, I did not like Jasmine saying, he wasn't even doing anything. What, do you stand in a booth and talk? Okay, I do one live stream a week and I'm exhausted. So let's not hate on Danny and his job, because I can't imagine. Plus, he does, like, action stuff. So we've seen clips of him, like getting all fired up, and it seems very active. So I don't know. Oh man. Okay, what's this next one? End up said, I hate how she looks like she's always smirking. Oh, talking about Janet. End up said, some people binge and go hard when they go out. Yeah, that's how I used to be. That's why I don't drink anymore. Is that abuse, though? Am I an alcoholic? Is Danny an alcoholic? Should we call ourselves alcoholics? End up said, some people crave and can't stop themselves from drinking throughout the day. Only you know yourself. Not paid by anyone said, the food at dinner looked great, though. It did. I noticed that, too. I was like, I want some caviar. Emily said, yes, they flash back to Danny meeting with them 1-on-2 to discuss the whole groping situation. Yeah, so I guess that, I don't know why Jasmine is still talking about it, or maybe the thing that Janet saw in the pantry was a way to bring it back up. Janet is a pot stirrer. I'm not mad at her for that. Okay, let's see. End up said they are, what? Piggy promised at the table. Pinky promised? Oh, yeah, they did. They did a whole group pinky promise at the table and then immediately started talking crap again. They did. They did. That was awful. Now, I just know Nia is going to have trust issues for the rest of her life now. She's never going to trust her friends again. Not paid by anyone said he did apologize. They showed a throwback of Danny apologizing, but Jasmine, I don't know if she was really being triggered or if she was just getting by Janet and Brittany and she just rode the wave. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't like a pile-on. I don't. Nia said when her parents split, she would sleep in a tent with her mom in friends' backyards. Yeah. Nia's backstory is very interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that about her. And I think that does explain a lot about who she is, because while the friend group may think that Nia is trying to always look perfect, maybe she just is perfect because she is unflappable because she's experienced adversity. That's my opinion. Let's see. Not paid said Nia is a pageant girl. Yes, everything is perfect and beautiful. And damn, she looks so perfect and beautiful. Even when she's sad and being attacked, I might hate her a little bit for her gorgeous looks. No, seriously, she like basically is perfect. I think she is like a little bit on the defensive side when it comes to Danny being an alcoholic or having an alcohol issue. But I am not mad at her for that. Like, being sensitive is not like a negative thing. I think it just means like that's something that crosses the line like personally. That is crossing the line for Nia. But like, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, so? Yeah, I already said that about myself. Okay, let's keep going. Emily said, the clips of him being so active in the booth looks like I would be out for 2 days after it. No, for real. He was like, I looked like he was sweating. I would have been sweating. Kat said, I'm glad Zach was a messy queen and told Nia they were all talking about her and Danny. Dark side Danny. Oh my God, end up. The chef was good looking. I thought so too. Emily said, it's all a spectrum, whatever makes you the best version of you, but only you know that, which is why it's so difficult. And which is why, in my opinion, other people can't comment on it. I mean, they can say whatever they want, but that doesn't mean anything. Let's see. Not paid said, Zach made a great point talking to Brittany. He told her, how many times did you cover up for Jax? Ooh. I think also Zach is a little salty, but I tweeted this. I think majority of alcohol issues with our generation stem from the messaging we've received growing up on mainstream media. Weed was always bad. Remember? Like, where did you learn this? I learned it from watching you. Or like that girl who's like melted on the couch. When really like, and at that same time, alcohol was being glorified everywhere. Like, remember Dazed and Confused? That was like almost an anthem for teenagers everywhere entering high school. I mean, it spread, it was almost like a viral thing that wound up becoming an issue because kids all over the country were starting to haze freshmen like they did in that movie and making them drink and all that stuff. So yeah, I think our generation got fucked up from that. And I blame media for that. Because it really should be the opposite. Like, weed is medicinal. Alcohol, I don't know. Can alcohol be medicinal? I don't know. Okay. So Janet did say on Watch What Happens Live that she found out Jesse got $2,500 from his friend for his birthday. What do you all think of that? Because I was thinking, wow, okay, first of all, that's a lot of money to give your friend through Venmo for their birthday, right? maybe not, but I feel like, because Jesse said he like made up that rumor about Michelle, right? What if he made up that rumor about Michelle getting $1,500 a night as a dig towards Michelle, knowing she knew that he got $2,500, a whole $1,000 more than what he was accusing Michelle of getting as a alleged escort? That's my theory. I think Jesse wanted to flaunt how much he got paid. I can see it. Don't forget, I said this last week. He was a male model back in the day, right? And don't forget, Jax was too. Jax used to live with a man who took care of him financially, allegedly. Also, Jesse dated Anna Nicole Smith, who is notoriously known for dating for money, marrying for money. Oh boy. Okay. Is he an escort? I don't think either of them are actually escorts, but who knows? Okay, so somebody mentioned this in the comments earlier on Watch What Happens Live. It was a live episode with Janet and Jason Caperna, and apparently the East Coast version of Watch What Happens Live had a clip that was not aired on the West Coast version or on Peacock. And so on the East Coast version, apparently Andy asked a question about Janet outing Nia as being a part of Al-Anon. And Al-Anon is like a support group for people who are like have family members or are in relationships with people who have some kind of substance abuse issue. And it's supposed to be anonymous. So Janet said, excuse me, Janet apologized. She said it was wrong of her and she shouldn't have done that. But then they took that out. So, number one, I didn't even know Nia was in Al-Anon. So maybe that's why they took it out, because they were like, oh, shoot, no one even knew. But now we know. And apparently Janet's the one who spilled it. So that sucks, because Janet does not have a good reputation and Janet needs to work on that. She's like least likable, and now we got this. Yikes. So, okay, let's talk about Michelle and Jesse for a little bit. We're doing a long live stream today because we're one day early. It's the evening. Why not? Okay, so I got this from Reality Ops, and Michelle was on Vile Files talking about Jesse. Reality Ops put it in their captions on this post. Michelle sharing her birth story tells me everything I need to know about Jesse. She also shares that she left Jesse because she knew her daughter shouldn't continue to see her be treated like that. This is just strengthening my case. Wait, which one? Okay, this is the video.
To the Marmont house. And it was like the day that we moved in, we had movers and he got so wasted with his friend and I have the baby and I'm directing all the movers of what to do and everything. And he was so drunk out of his mind. He couldn't walk to his bed. And I'm like, this is like a moment for me. I've never lived in a house. Like it was a big moment that we were moving into a house.
Like your first house with your family, like your daughter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was just like another little example of like, should be a special moment or a nice moment. Like you don't need to get drunk with your guy friend on the corner while we have movers and a child and trying to figure everything out.
Did that kind of feel like a pattern of like he would ruin special moments for you?
A lot. Yeah. Often. Yeah.
What was your birth like with Isabella?
I've mentioned it. It was hard because I was pregnant and I had her in April 2020, which
I also had my youngest in April 2020 at the peak of COVID. It was, out of all of my deliveries, it was the worst experience out of all of them. Just FYI.
was the worst time of COVID.
Yeah, wow.
Every day the law was changing in the hospital, whether a parent could go in or if one person could go in. So I didn't even know. And I was always afraid of giving birth. Like that was my one thing. I hate hospitals, blood, pain, all of that. So I remember having contractions at like 9 p.m. This is like April 13th. And he's going to bed and I'm like, I'm starting to feel it. He's like, well, try to go as long as you can because they always send you back from the hospital if you're not like
close enough.
Exactly. So all night he slept. He's like, wake me up when you think you're ready to go. So he slept the entire night in our master bedroom and I'm texting my sister. She's like, time your contractions. And like the whole night I was in a lot of pain and it's finally like 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. and I'm like, I need to wake him up. So I wake him up. He's like very well rested. I'm like, we need to go really, like I remember I couldn't really breathe. He's like, I'm going to make you breakfast and then we can go. So he gave me a bite of eggs and I threw up immediately. And I'm like, I need to go to the hospital now. So I check in, they give me the epidural. That was kind of an argument because he didn't really want me to have it, but I said, I'm having it. I was in so much pain. He had an opinion about everything. If it were up to him, which he tried to convince me while I was pregnant, I would have had a water birth at home in the bath, all natural, by myself with him.
I'm sorry, I have to pause because this makes me insane. Why would Jesse think that he gets to make decisions for Michelle's delivery? That is nuts. Crazy.
Based off of what knowledge
He
that he
doesn't
had.
believe in doctors and medicine and all
Just
of
cocaine?
that. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's like, again, my sister's a holistic nutritionist and she's into all that stuff, but like she went to school and studied and like, if I ask her a question, she can articulate a point of view and not just like to be different.
So long story short, I was at 7 centimeters for 20 hours and I was getting high blood pressure. I was starting to get really ill. And the doctor's like, we need to give you Pitocin to help you. And Jesse was very absolutely not. And so
Does he even know what that is?
I
probably
think he
did a
did.
quick Google search, like while they said it, and then he's like, no, you can't.
So he's fighting with
Imagine playing doctor at a hospital.
He's arguing with the doctor and like, I barely can breathe and I'm just not feeling good. And finally I just hear the doctor like, I'm overruling you. This can affect the baby and Michelle. And so he did it. And then finally I had Isabella and he had about 15 minutes with her and had to go home. So I had to be at the hospital by myself.
Why do you have to go home?
For COVID.
COVID. Yeah. So he was allowed like 15 minutes with her.
Wow.
And that was the start.
I was about to say, and then I can't even
Oh my God, I kind of wish they sent my husband.
imagine like postpartum. Obviously, you go through so much physically, mentally, emotionally, and like.
Thankfully, I didn't have any postpartum depression. Thank God, because then I really don't know what I would have done. But it was overall really hard because I didn't have my mom come visit. Nobody knew what it was. At the time, everybody was like cleaning Amazon boxes. And I'm like, I don't want my baby to have COVID. Nobody's coming to visit. And so I just did everything on my own.
Jesus.
Wow.
And he
was present when she was born because he had no option. Everything was closed down. There was no work, no restaurants, no nothing.
Like, was he, helping you with like the
actually,
pumps
yeah.
and all
No,
that
I breastfed. That was also very important that I always only breastfed. So I breastfed for almost over a year, almost a year and a half.
Jesse, it was important.
It was important to me, but to
it was
him.
important. So I'm just kind of curious how opinionated he was about what you should do with your
Now
body.
looking back, I was just so used to like that was my relationship.
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy to think like who I am now. And I think that's part of his frustration because he can't control me anymore.
Was there a part of you that once you had Isabella, you started seeing all these changes in your husband? Was there a part of you that like, did a lot of this happen in front of Isabella? Like the way he spoke, we see the way he speaks to you on TV.
Yeah.
So did he speak to you like that in front of Isabella?
Yeah. And I saw it starting to affect her. And like, even if he raised his voice a little bit at me, like she would say like, guys, or like she didn't want us. And she wouldn't even allow Jesse to come close to me and hug me because she had never seen Jesse give me a hug. Wow. So it was very odd to her. And I just started realizing how like this was her new normal life. And I'm like, this is not normal for my husband or her dad to like not hug me. And that's weird to my daughter. That's when I knew like something's not right.
Did it cross your mind like her growing up and like choosing her partner and how that would affect her long term?
Yes. And that is what gave me the courage to leave. If I didn't have her, I don't know if I would have left.
Yeah.
And somebody said that to me. The life coach was like, what would you say to your daughter if she was married to a Jesse? And that just opened up my eyes. And I'm like, I can't do this for her.
Oh my gosh. I despise Jesse Lally. Ugh. This makes me sick. He is one of those Handmaid's Tale guys. Psychopath. That is psychotic. Like, he was arguing with the doctor? The fuck? Oh, God, I hate him. Okay, there's another clip for you all. And I got this from Reality Ops. Michelle says that Jesse has a binder scripts and ideas of what he wants to do and say on the show. And he strategically planned befriending Kristen because he knew what that would do.
Of washing himself on season 1. How is he showing up and being such a prick?
And he's trying his hardest because I'm telling you, like, he had a binder, he had scripts, he has ideas. He goes in there completely with an agenda.
What do you mean a binder? Of what?
Of like what he wants to say, what he wants to do, everything.
Wow.
Like, for example, being friends with Kristen, like that was a very strategic thing that he did because he knew that that was going to bother me. He knew that that was going to like have people love him. He has this binder.
Was the underwear in that binder? Because
what was that? I don't know if you guys realize he can drink so much and be okay. He was so drunk the entire time in Santa Barbara. So drunk. So that was late. And I don't think he was expecting anybody to go in his room.
So he really he plans everything he's going to do for this show.
Yeah. And I'm the complete opposite. I'm like,
but it's not working for him.
It's not.
And he tries so hard, but like the real him comes out here and there. And I'm like, people don't really see like the full Jesse. You just see bits and pieces.
At the scene early on this season where you go, I think it might have been the first episode, you go to his house to kind of talk about the schedule with Isabella and he starts crying and you're like, come on, don't do this. Like you knew that was.
You can tell him cry and he'll cry. Like tears. He can do it. No problem.
That acting class really.
You think we've only seen fake tears from Jesse?
I think so. I mean, the only thing is his ego was really hurt in season 1, but I think it was just all for the cameras.
Do you think his accusing you of the infidelity is all part of is in his binder, so to speak, and part of his plan?
Yeah. So we actually met because he said, I want to speak before the summer so that we're on the same page. So he made me go to his friend's house and sat me down and he's like, I don't want you to talk about our finances. I don't want you to say a word. Like that was so important to him, the finances, because he's in a lot of trouble. And I said, okay. And he's like, tell me the truth about what happened. So I told him the story. I made a mistake before I left him. That's part of the reason why I left him, because I knew I no longer wanted to be in this marriage. I kissed somebody. I should have never done it. And that's it. And so he's like, have you ever been with Aaron? I'm like, absolutely not. That happened after I asked for a divorce. And so he knew everything before the summer. I was very clear. I answered all of his questions. I said, for Isabella's sake, can we please not discuss this? And he's like, I swear I will not say this on TV. And every single day he was fixated, and that was all he could talk about when he knew the truth about everything.
Yeah, no, he's meeting his life coach or therapist and making it a part of the conversation and suggesting that you were cheating on him for 2 years and sleeping around.
And he knew that wasn't the case. He was the one always gone. Like, God knows what the hell he was doing for 8 hours a day.
I mean, even the whole like, Aaron lives by Runyon. She would wear makeup to Runyon and she would put the honey in. It was just, it felt very calculated.
Mm-hmm.
And so it does make sense that you say that like he has all of this planned out because it seemed very planned out.
Yeah. And I didn't wear makeup to Runyon.
But also like it's LA. Everyone's wearing makeup to Runyon. Like you never know who you're going to meet, you know?
Yeah. All right. I'm not playing that anymore. Am I surprised Jesse has a binder of one-liners and things he wants to say with storylines? No, I'm not surprised, but I'm definitely disgusted. Like, what the hell is wrong with him? I can't stand him. Okay, one last thing that's going to lead us into Summer House. So, at the Summer House watch party, Donald, the prima Donald on Instagram, he works for Bravo social team. He was hosting the event and he went around and asked everyone for their Bravo's hot take or their Bravo hot takes. I gave mine too.
Maybe your Instagram handle and your Bravo hot take.
Sure, I'm Jenny Blaze of Bravo and Blaze, and I think the Valley doesn't need Jax Taylor.
Oh!
No Jax Taylor.
What do you guys think about that hot take? I heard Jax is spiraling, by the way. So, sorry, boo. It's not working out for you. Okay. Let's go into Summer House. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Bravo by excuse me, Bravo by Catherine. She was there. She took that video. Gibson John was also there, and we had so much fun. Okay, Summer House. I went to New York City. I woke up. I couldn't even move my neck, but I took Tylenol. I did some yoga. I took a hot shower, and then I was off. And actually, my neck got better. But yes, the watch party was amazing. I was invited into the VIP experience and it was everything. I loved it. I felt very pampered. And I posted most of the content that I have on social media, but I also did a Patreon post if you're interested. Let's talk about, I mentioned Bravo T with a stay-at-home mom we recorded today. She posted this picture of Jesse Solomon. I don't know if this is his like prom picture or what, but she wrote, seeing this photo makes me wonder why Lexi was trying so hard with Jesse. He definitely looks like a dork, but you guys know how I feel about Jesse Solomon. The reunion looks came out, and I'm going to walk through them. We have Paige DeSorbo. By the way, everyone's wearing, like, pastels. They look like Easter, springtime. And Paige is wearing this, like, mint green dress with long sleeves. It's long. It has this, like, knot going around the waist that also has a cutout that is very chic and sexy. And I love, love, love her look. I actually think Paige is the #1 reunion look. But not far behind, we have Lindsay Mother Hubbard. And she always looks amazing. And she's wearing this purple, like lavender, lilac colored dress that's strapless, and it has this like constructed bust line that's asymmetrical. She could wear anything, honestly. I don't love this dress, but I love Lindsay. Gabby, excuse me, I love Gabby's dress. It's like a very pale pink or peach color. It looks like it's 2 pieces because it has a long skirt with a train that's like fitted and then flows out. What do they call that? Like mermaid shape or whatever silhouette. Anyways, the top looks like just one big piece of fabric that got wrapped around her and then was tied, like pulled together with like a piece of tape in the middle. It looks really good though. I described it in a way that doesn't sound good, but it looks really good. Amanda is gorgeous, but I do not like this look at all. It looks like her dress is on backwards. The runway version of this had a huge black bow in the middle where she has like a knot, like almost right in front of her crotch. The top looks like it's backwards. Like I said, it's like a purple color. I don't know why. I don't love it. Sierra has on like this yellow color, which the color is great. But who did this? Who did this to Sierra? I need to punish them because this is wrong. This is wrong. Sierra looks like, Sierra's stunning. Why would you put her in this dress? This dress is like a maternity dress or something. I don't love it. It's like cute if you're an expecting mother maybe, but like not for Sierra at the reunion. What are we doing here? And then we got Lexi. Obviously, Lexi is a model. She's stunning. But this dress, I don't know if I like it. It's got a very low cut in the front, and it just looks like it's too big. Doesn't it? And it's like a light blue color. The color is really nice. I just don't think I love this dress. Okay, let's move on to the dudes. We got Carl. Carl actually looks nice here. His pants aren't too tight. Wait, let me take off my picture here. I think he looks great. The pants, perfect. I wouldn't change anything. Not too baggy, not too tight. His pants at the watch party were a little on the baggier side. But yeah, this isn't bad, Carl. Nice job. Kyle, vanilla. Not expecting anything else, though. So, whatevs. Jesse and West, they look like used car salesmen. First of all, Jesse is wearing a black crew neck t-shirt, I think, underneath his suit, which is giving me like, I don't know, I feel like he is a used car salesman in like somewhere in Florida. It just, I don't know. It's not giving New York City, that's for sure. West, it bothers me that he looks like Robin Williams because he's not doing Robin Williams justice. He looks like he is sweaty. He looks like he probably smells a little bit too. And his shirt is buttoned down like he's a girl. I just don't like West. And he looks like a substitute teacher. This color is bland. It's boring. And the pants look weird around the crotch. I don't know why. And I hate the glasses. End up said, I don't know, Kyle's shoes throw me off. Same. Let me go back. They did throw me off a little bit too. They're a little like too much. A little heavy-ish. I don't know. Then we have the group picture. And I still don't like Amanda's look at all. And I still don't like Sierra's. And Jesse still looks like a used car salesman in Florida. Carl is okay. Also, you may have noticed that Imral was not in the group picture. Imral left early, which means he was only in part of the reunion. And I feel like this means that he may not be coming back next season. I don't know if that's true. I'm like literally just making this up. I have a feeling that we're not going to see him again, which is unfortunate because I just really wish they gave us more than Emerald being like some sex addict in the house with potentially STDs or something. Like, I was hoping he was going to be at the watch party so that I could just get to know him outside of being a sex addict. But I was also kind of scared of like standing too close. Like, ooh, how many people did you make out with today? Oh, how many people did you exchange fluids with today? But Emerald looks okay. He is wearing black socks with white shoes, so that is kind of odd, but I don't know. Emerald. There I am. That's me. I'm at the watch party. I took a picture. I had such a good time. They gave the VIP treatment. So I walk in, they gave a special wristband for the VIP section. And when we went up there, and this is on social media, you can go see the video, but someone walked me to the VIP area and I was the first one there. Which normally people will be like, oh my God, no, I don't want to be the first one there. I love being the first one there. I love it. I like to see how everything's set up without anyone messing anything up. Unfortunately, I was too caught up in the moment to take still pictures, but they're out there. I sprinkled them around. Also, I have a summer house watch party Instagram story highlight if you want to check out boots on the ground. But essentially, the food was great at this venue, by the way. So good. The venue was a really good spot for a watch party because the audio, like if you go, even at BravoCon 2022, the audio was messed up. And I'm like, this is janky AF. But at this watch party, their sound was superb. No mistakes, nothing. Like it was mwah. So that was great. The food was great. I got like tuna tartare. Yum. Diet Coke sponsored this event. And I actually have a little story about Kyle Cook. I'll tell that in a minute. But after we got there, Bravo by Catherine showed up. Gibson was there. I caught up with them a lot because I like talking to other creators and asking them questions about things I feel like I can't ask anyone else. So that was really good. We got to like connect in that way. And I feel like we need that in our creator community. So if any of you are out there listening, feel free to DM me anytime. But yeah, we got settled in. Donald went around and did the Bravo hot takes, and I played that. And the hot takes that people had were kind of all over the place. One was about Beverly Hills, and I kind of forgot. I wanted my first hot take that I wanted to say, but I felt like it would be too harsh because we were at the Summer House watch party. But I wanted to say Carl's bar should be called Flaccid Bar instead of Soft Bar. But he was there, so I didn't want to say that. So that's why I did the Valley hot take. Then after the hot takes, I think that's when we started watching, and we had no commercials. I love that. Also, before we watched the finale episode, they played a clip, a scene from Next Gen NYC, and I gasped. And I couldn't believe it. I actually am here for this show. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it delivers because it's got our kids in it. It's got Brooks Marks. It's got Riley Burris. We got Ariana Bierman. Who else? Apparently one of the other guys on the cast starts dating Chloe Marks, Brooks Marks' sister. And there was a little tension going on between them. That's why I gasped. So I will be watching that. We watched the episode. After that, we saw the trailer for the reunion, which I'm looking forward to. I feel like Lindsay is definitely going to drop something big, right? Or maybe Amanda and Kyle. I don't know. Somebody was like, oh my God, what if Kyle and Amanda are getting divorced? I don't think that's true based on the watch party experience I had, because after the viewing, they started. So Carl, Kyle, and Jesse were announced after we watched everything, and that's when they came in. And right away, they did a game where they were partnered up with each person was partnered up with somebody who was at the watch party who volunteered, and they had to guess a word. So the Bravo Lab held a cup with a bunch of summer house related words in a cup. And that Bravo Lab had to describe it without saying the word, and the person had to guess. So Kyle was the worst. I don't even think he got one. They were so bad. Jesse and Carl both got 3 correct. So their partners got to go get something from the Bravo merch stand. And right away, Kyle walks in, okay? And Donald's trying to give the instructions on this game they're about to play. Kyle immediately goes, "Is there anything to drink?" He's holding a microphone, but he said it with the microphone down, and he just kind of turned and looked at us who were in the VIP section. Gibson hands him the drink menu, and Kyle's like, "Where's Loverboy?" And then get as if we would know. We're like, "Oh," and he's looking at our tables, and he goes, "Do you guys have any Loverboys? Are you drinking Loverboys?" And we're like, "No." And this is while Donald is trying to give the instructions on the game. Donald had to get Kyle's attention because Kyle wasn't paying attention. He was talking about Loverboy and looked annoyed that there wasn't Loverboy out. He's like, "I need a Loverboy." And so he goes up on stage, and the first thing he said with the microphone was, "Does anyone have Loverboy?" He could not get over it that Loverboy wasn't out. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Did he pay for to sponsor this event? Because if they did, I feel like there would be signage because Diet Coke was everywhere. So is he just expecting free Loverboy signage and free Loverboy promotion? I did not love that. That really kind of threw me off right away. I'm like, oh, Kyle, can you just focus? It didn't give a good look. But anyways, after they played that game, they were giving some updates. Carl gave an update on Soft Bar, which is under construction. He said it about 10 times. It's under construction, in case you're wondering. It's under construction. But he did give a date, August 1st. It's supposed to come out. Or it's supposed to open. What they're opening, I don't know. I wanted to talk to Carl and ask him about his business, but I think Carl was avoiding me. I truly think all 3 of those guys were avoiding me, but I didn't after they were talking on stage for a little bit, they said people can line up and take pictures. The line was so long. I was shocked. I'm like, this many people want to take pictures with them. I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, I don't think I should go take a picture. I didn't want to stand in line for that. And I didn't really want to take a picture with them anyways. But I don't know. The event was great. I loved it. I love Bravo. I love the Bravo people that were there. I love them. They're just so sweet and so kind. Ugh, they're great. But yeah, what else happened? There's 2 parts to the reunion, and there's going to be a Secrets Revealed episode after the 2-part reunion comes out. And I think that's an indication that some of those scenes that we saw in trailers, I think those are going to be in Secrets Revealed, because there was 2 things. Wait, do I have the slides? Let me see. Yeah, Blocked by Jax posted. She said, "Is it my imagination, or did we have a whole teaser of the cast using a contraction machine for that to never air?" Yeah, that's true. That did happen. And also, the other thing that didn't air was Paige talking about the girl's picture that Craig was liking when they were dating. Remember that? What happened there? So, yes. I'm trying to think what else happened at the watch party. I'm not sure. I'm sure stuff will come to me. But what a good finale episode. I loved it. I laughed. I cried. I didn't mean to cry. I really try not to. I was in public. Don't forget, I don't watch these shows in public. I watch from my bed. I pause, I tweet, and then I start again. Sometimes I rewind. I'm like, wait, let me record this one piece. Did they just say this? So it was a different experience for me watching. I had to just pay attention the whole time. I couldn't tweet or anything like that. But I loved it, and it was so good. Lexi, I'm impressed by Lexi. I think for a newbie whose sidekick Bailey bounced and left her all by herself, I think she handled herself really well this season, and I think she deserves a second season. I said it. She said in front of everyone, I'm literally embarrassed to say I'm dating you, to Jesse Solomon's face. Oh my God. I loved it. I loved it so much. I don't blame her. I'm going to start saying that to people. I'm literally embarrassed to say I dated you. Also, during that little tiff, that argument, I thought it was kind of okay that Gabby was chiming in. However, when I was talking to Bravo T or Erica from Bravo T with a stay-at-home mom, we were talking about how, like, I felt this too. It was a last-ditch effort by West and Gabby trying to, like, get in the mix before the end of the season, because what was West doing all season? Trying to avoid Sierra. That's about it. And Gabby, is she friends with anyone in the house? We know nothing about Gabby. And I'm like bummed about that. I wish we knew more about Gabby. But I just feel like West was so thirsty in that moment. And he's like, he threw a Hail Mary. He's like, I'm going to start a fight with Gabby. That's like the least risky move. He just like, he really did that. Wow. Okay. That's nice. Jesse has a moment with Lexi in the kitchen during the party when he says, we're on a fucking reality show, ma, which we all know this, but Jesse Solomon, you don't say it. I hated it. I actually scoffed. I was mad. I looked at Gibson. I looked at Jenny from Bravo. I was like, no, we didn't. How dare you? We know this, but you're not supposed to say it. And now that you said it, we know that it's in the back of your head all the time. I don't like that. I don't like people who are producing themselves. And that is very much how I feel about Jesse Solomon. You're ruining everything. You production plant. What else? Oh, that end scene that they picked up on January 21st with just Lindsay, Amanda, and Paige was so good. Paige is everything that I want for her. Like, I am so happy that she dumped Craig. She shouldn't have even dated him to begin with, but I'm just glad that she didn't fall for any of his manipulative one-liners like, oh, I wish you didn't, or I wish you said this before or what did he say? Something about the ring. And she's like, this is why we're breaking up, because I don't even know if you're lying. And same, when he said, I bought a ring, I wanted to see the picture. I still want to see the picture, Craig, because I don't believe you. I don't believe for 1 second he ever got a ring. That was his Hail Mary, because she broke up with him over the phone. He probably didn't think it was like real, like, oh, let me just like talk to her in person and schmooze her and we'll be fine. But it didn't work. And he now has to live with this lie for the rest of his life, and he's going to stick with it for a long, long time. I just know it. I just know Craig is going to lie about this until the day he dies. And I've said Craig lies about the most random stuff for real. It's so crazy. It's comical to me. He is a joke. I'm sorry. Like, I don't hate Craig. I find him to be like so ridiculously endearing in a way. It's bizarre. I know it's not healthy, but he doesn't make me angry like Jesse Solomon and Jesse Lally. He's more like I want to roll my eyes at him, but he's kind of like harmless. Just stay away from him kind of vibe, you know? Not paid by anyone said, I am sick and tired of Paige, the fake feminist throwing a fit because her ex-boyfriend didn't defend her. If she's a strong woman as she portrays, why does she need Craig to defend her? That is a good point. Because I did say this today to Erica, I think, when we recorded. I was like, I was kind of surprised that Paige even cared. Like, she's a pretty seasoned reality star. Like, granted, yeah, this is the first time she had a breakup with someone else who's like a reality star. So, of course, it's going to be magnified. But I feel like she should have known that already. So it was kind of bizarre that she like made a huge stink about that. And I looked back at my Paige and Craig breakup timeline, and a couple days before this scene, Paige had already been seen out with Joe D'Amelio at the Eagles game, and Joe D'Amelio's ex-fiance had posted insinuating that Paige slid into Joe's DMs while he was engaged. Those were the rumors going around. I don't know if she asked Craig to say something after the fiance posted or whatever, but I think this scene was filmed upon Paige's request. I don't know if that's true. I'm just guessing. Either way, I don't really care because I'm just happy we have this scene. So, I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Not paid by anyone says, come on now. She says she lied for him all along. She did say that. She admitted she lied, which is not a good look. End up said, Craig is like a little kid who lies at school all the time. No, seriously. He is compulsive with his lying. It's like actually a problem. And I'm not a doctor, but I would like to know from a doctor's perspective if they would diagnose him as a compulsive liar, because it feels like it. Not paid by anyone said, I think the ring is really irrelevant. She loved the Craig wave and rode it hard. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter at that point once they broke up, but I think Craig used it as a way to try to like lure her back in. And End Up said, but what was the actual reason they broke up? Yeah, I don't think she said, or at least like she didn't say what she said to him in that breakup call. Not paid by anyone said, Craig and Paige are two birds of a feather. Birds of a feather flock together. That's the saying, right? I'm trying to think really hard about it. So yeah, rumor has it that there may be a spinoff with these three, Lindsay, Paige, and Amanda. I don't know if that's true, but I would love that. I think it makes sense. I don't think they should be on Summer House anymore. I think they need to evolve. They need a Saved by the Bell, the college years, similar to Vanderpump Rules and how the Valley is like the college years. We need a Summer House college years. It's going to be these three in the city, I hope. Let's manifest it. I'm here for it. Lindsay goes, he got a ring. I want to see it. Paige is like, it doesn't exist, Lindsay. We'll never see it. I was dying because that's exactly how I feel. And I was actually surprised that Paige responded in that way. I could see a woman kind of crumbling from that. I might have. I'm not as strong, I don't think. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Bree posted a picture of Lindsay with Gemma in the clubhouse. I just love Lindsay Hubbard. I'm loving her mom era. She's glowing. She is only going to get better from here. Like, she was already like, I thought she was peaking before, but she might have another peak coming. So, I'll see. Oh, wow. This is probably the longest live stream I've done since Scandival, for sure. Not longer than Scandival, but definitely long. What else? What else? Anything else? Oh, I have one more thing to talk about Jesse Solomon. So, remember Jesse went on, so I don't even know who Tinks is, right? But she was on, someone said that there was something going on between her and Jesse, and there was like some tension between Tinks and Lexi, who were on Watch What Happens Live together recently. I don't know, but Jesse went on Tinks's podcast or whatever, and we have a clip from the Bravo investigator.
Because in 2020, you had a picture of yourself holding a really cute kitten, and I'm a cat lady, and you were holding this cute. Was it your cat?
Yeah, so I adopted a cat during COVID, and I kind of got ahead of myself. And
where is the cat now?
I found him a home with other cats and children.
You rehomed him?
I rehomed him.
Wow.
I think it was best for both of us.
Wow. Okay. You know, animals are for life, not just for.
I know. It is kind of like a bad grade on my report card for sure, but he's happier now.
What was his name?
TJ, Tiger Jr. And I was just like working my finance job, fundraising, and the cat's just constantly,
Yeah.
And it was just like, I was traveling, it was too much.
Oh my God. Jesse can't even take care of a cat. What good is he? Ugh. How dare you? Not paid by anyone said Jesse is disgusting. Tinks is now doing damage control, not taking accountability for her part in the interview that she let him lie and lie and lie. Oh my God, I'm going to have to go see or watch the whole thing. What else did he lie about? I don't think Jesse likes telling the truth. Not paid by anyone said, oh my God, as if I couldn't hate Jesse anymore. End said Jesse is giving Puppygate and Scandival in one season. He better start working on his next storyline. Seriously. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I put together all these slides earlier today, and I don't have like new news that came out, but I posted on my Instagram stories, and allegedly, I think I saw this on Bravo Snark side, Jesse Solomon and Erica Jane allegedly hook up. When? Okay, I usually feel like I wouldn't want to know any details of Jesse Solomon hooking up with anyone or Erica Jane by any means separately, right? But for some reason, I want to know every single detail of this hookup. I want to know, was Jesse the submissive one? Was Erica the submissive one? Did she make him suck her toe? Did he try to get her to suck his toe? Oh my God, can you imagine? I kind of want to know all the details. I know, that's weird, but I do. And Jeff said, yep, he's definitely trying to upstage Wes and Sierra, their storyline. I agree. I called this. And then Lexi even said it after too. What else? We have other news. This is from the trader, _traders_HQ. Some of the Real Housewives rumored to be on the Traders US season forecast. This is just rumors. Nene Leakes, Mary Cosby, Candace Dillard Bassett, and Teresa Giudice. We'll see. I hope we find out soon. Also, Carl's People spread with the other Bravo guys came out, and he's in a pool reading a book that says dating advice for men, and it's so cringy. Go look at that. Okay, I think that's all we have. Also, why do I keep seeing pictures or video of DJ Khaled running with a shirt off? It's everywhere. Like, hello, distraction. Don't look at Diddy. Look at my naked body. Yikes. Okay. Well, that was fun and long. And this is going to be a wrap for today's Bravo and Blaze. Thanks for tuning in and rolling with the chaos. Catch the replay right here on YouTube and drop your hot takes in the comments. I live for the mess. If you had fun, felt seen, or screamed same at some point, tap subscribe, leave a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify, and share this with your Bravo group chat. If you want more, join Patreon at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze for bonus episodes and exclusive tea. Grab your signature lighter at bravoandblaze.com. Sign up for our newsletter for early access to merch drops and updates. Follow at Bravo and Blaze on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Threads, Facebook for all the midweek commentary you didn't ask for, but certainly need. Also, check the show notes for the link to 15% off RYZE Mushroom with code JennyBlaze15. And until next time, I have to move all these windows. I can't do everything. But until next time, stay lit, y'all.